Welcome to yet another day of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I believe we are fairly close to the end of the first run, I suppose. The story mode run, the end credits, whatever you'd like to call it, the thing that is not actually going to be the ending for us, because we have been trying to do 100% of everything that has been available. Currently, I still have the buff from the sleep power-up that we used at the very end of the last stream. And we may as well take Space Ranger, since this is the most recent one we unlocked. Just love the idea of Kirby wearing a space helmet, like he hasn't been in zero atmospheric conditions enough already. But regardless... yeah, so it was from Deep Sleep that we got the 200-second attack buff. I believe that's what it means in the top left corner. And we're not really going to get much use out of that right away, because the first thing we will do is go to some of the latest challenge rooms that have been unlocked. So yeah, it looks like we're closing in on the standard story finale. Here in the Redgar Forbidden Lands, as we can see, there are only a few stages remaining for us to tackle. We cleared Burning Training Power Plant, and we will soon be doing Gathering of the Beast Council, something that is going to take place here, I'm sure. And the boss of World 6, and then, as you can see, everything's leading up to the summit of the volcano, which I'm sure is going to open up to something at the end of World 6, and we'll see what lies beyond that, whether there's that much more level content, or if that's going to be a partial finale before we continue to post-game content. However, for the time being, we're going to see which challenge rooms we have not yet done. I just unlocked 2 of them at the end of the previous stream. This one over here, which is Blizzard Ice, and there ought to be one more. I think it's this one over here, yep. Blizzard Ice and Ringmouth. Let's start with Blizzard Ice. That's likely to be fairly challenging. I think we took the one in the top right already through exploration. So that is accounted for. Blizzard Ice, we have 1 minute. Freeze and find magma skating. Okay. This mechanic we already know, that ice is able to take us over magma, as we had used in some of the levels here already. Now, freeze and find. Oh, I see. So we need to collect 5 of these and do it quickly. Now, why was I taking damage there? I didn't really pay attention to that. Yeah, so I suppose we'll need to knock down this entire pillar. Yeah, I see. We just got hit by some of the enemies along the way. This is already 1 minute, so we're going to be way off our benchmark, but that's okay. This is a bit of an exploration run to solve the routing problem. Don't know if we can break through this at all. I don't really think we can. Oh yes, we can after we collect it. So notice that that's number 3 in the order. It's probably going to be helpful to use the order here. Yeah, so we need to maintain momentum as we skate in order to not sink. So even if you do shoot... yeah, I kind of need to maintain momentum and do a directional shot without stopping. I think that's going to be a mechanic. So we are going to fail this round, but I am just getting back in the hang of figuring out how to do Blizzard Ice, and we see that, as usual for the first few minutes of the stream, the sound is dead already. And hopefully that's not going to persist, but so we try to get that fixed up as soon as possible. So let's do a quick reset. Let's make sure things are working. The very first day that I was playing Kirby and Forgotten Land, we actually had constant technical failure for about the first 20 minutes or so, and I just ended up ending stream and repeating it. That has not happened since, and will hopefully not happen again. We just need to get some of the technical issues sorted out nice and early, so Yeah, we'll grab that. And then maybe let's not take too much of a hit here. So I believe it was actually a 130 timer that we started out with. So it's not quite as bad as I feared, timing-wise. Okay, we just need to grab this quickly and then do whatever is in this top corner. Oh, it looks like we need to skate over whatever is available here, and then having all 5, we then have to return to this point. Oh, we'll make it. We've got 8 seconds. I think we'll make it anyway. I might be a little bit slow. But if I'm correct that we started out with 1 minute 30, that should be just under the target time on the first complete run. And the second try on this one, so didn't go too badly, all things considered. Let's proceed to Ringmouth. Gust for Glory, it is going to be a ring boating rush. Once again with a minute timer. So let's take a look at the starting clock, just so we know what the benchmark is going to be. 1 minute 30, so again, 30 left on the clock is what we're going for. And yeah, I think I actually did need to capture all of these, but we'll just try not to get slowed down too much. And we'll see how much of a hard requirement that turns out to be. I mean, I would assume it's all required. It doesn't make sense to not enforce that. And yeah, we just need to be careful with dodging here and there, and then we have 20 seconds remaining. So I did miss a ring early on, once again. And we're also doing a little bit badly when it comes to damage, so... And also doing quite badly when it comes to speed, for that matter, given that we're already down at the 30-second mark. Partly from too much damage. So yeah, we don't actually need to catch every ring in order to grab this, so we'll try to cut some corners here and there, but currently 6 seconds of savings to make, and given the amount of damage I took, I think we can certainly clean that up before too long. The check marks on the time challenges so far don't seem to get me anything other than 50 coins. I don't even know if they count towards percentage. But we are doing that anyway for the true 100%. Since that is some of the most rewarding content in the game that we've seen so far when it comes to seeing what the mechanics in this game are capable of. So yeah, we don't want to get caught up by enemies. That's been the main issue for us so far. I don't actually know if the ring gives us any kind of burst, or... It sort of does, actually, so that would be the advantage of the ring, is to give us a little bit of a speed boost. And notice, too, that when you are bursting, you are able to deflect both enemies and projectiles, and so... Maybe not the fire projectile, though, so let's not count on that too much. As you can see, only 10 seconds left on the clock from missing some of the rings earlier. We're still way off when it comes to time. Or are we? No, we'll make it. Okay, that's another one out of the way. Yeah, some of these time benchmarks really do go down quickly. I think when it comes to many of the 3-star ratings, the main objective might be harder than the ones that we saw previously, but the timed objective is usually not too much of a bump in difficulty above that, so Not going to complain about that. Let's take Space Ranger into the Gathering of the Beast Council, which sounds vaguely like some kind of boss rush. But we'll see if that's the case. Also, I notice, yeah, so sound is glitching like crazy on this stream. We'll hopefully not have to reset the whole thing to have a more permanent fix, but give me 1 second. Let's see if we can do anything about it right now. Always a real nuisance when it happens, so hopefully this is not going to be a long reset. We'll try a couple of different things to try to get this back in order. And hopefully without breaking the entire stream while we're at it. Music should be back though, so we'll keep an eye on the audio in the meantime and hopefully not run into too many issues. And the Space Ranger is going to do some work for us here. Let's see. We'll take the time to explore, of course. And this ramp is going to take us nowhere. So never mind that. Okay, so we get a choice of abilities after we take this detour. I, once again, strongly suspect that some kind of boss rush is in store. As with the bridge battle that was at the end of the Ice World. Venture deep into the secret passage, that is exactly what we've done. Oh, we get Time Crash, wonderful. Time Crash is likely to let me cheese something early on. We'll see which other abilities are available, of course, but given that Time Crash is available, we will use it. Okay, what do we got here? We have Ice Hammer. This is Ice, right? Like not Needle? Yeah, Ice Hammer, Health, Meta Knight Sword, and Space Ranger. We took Space Ranger in, we'll probably try this one. And yes, this is Gormondo, so this is a boss rush. It's very similar to the Coliseum. Time Crash is just going to take this guy out in probably just a few seconds if we... just take him out the same way we had done previously. And yeah, Time Crash is just a straight up skip. It's the same thing we did in the Meta Knight Cup of the Coliseum, and we'll see if this turns out to be any different. And we get to the car, but before we get into the car, I would like to grab one of the copy abilities that we missed. So, no, we can't do it. It doesn't let me go back. So instead, we'll explore for potential Waddle Dees. Because some of this looks suspicious. But as normal Kirby, I don't really have a way to hit much, apart from perhaps a slide attack. Which, let's see here. Can I kick the garbage can? Let's do that. And just bin it. This looks like there will be some kind of time gate involved, since it is a car challenge through a gate. Precedent suggests that we'll have some kind of a placement or, at the end of that will determine access to the relevant Waddle Dee. Once again, yeah, okay, no, sound is completely dead in the stream. It's failing so often that I may end up restarting, but just give me one moment. We'll try to do a bigger fix. Because this is the same issue that we initially had when I first streamed this game. Give me maybe a little bit longer, and we'll see if we can sort it out. Okay, hopefully it stays after this reset. And we won't deal with this quite as frequently. Otherwise, we will do a restart. Because that seems to be the best solution to this. Yeah, it's usually not this bad, but it has been before, so Okay, looks like there is a Waddle Dee on a timer, so let's take it. Can I just jump this? Yes, I can. I'm sure there's another shortcut here that I'm able to take. And then that's rather threatening, but we've got it. Don't know if there will be some kind of additional challenge associated with that, but we'll take it and go. I'm sure we'll be given some kind of ability again before the next big fight. But we should look for secrets in case there is something like Time Crash once again tucked around the corner. It's not always going to be that convenient though, so... once again, it seems like entering the fights is not something reversible, so... let's not continue until we're certain. Once again, we have... something slightly aside. And what shall we pick? We've got Dragonfire, we've got Needle. Which fight is it? It's going to be Wispy Woods, I think. So we actually want Cutter. I believe that would be best. Actually, Fire is going to be quite good against Wispy as well. I don't know if we want Dragonfire necessarily, though. Let's stick with Cutter. Oh no, it's this guy. Okay, so it's not in the order I thought. A good choice anyway, though, because Silly Dillo, we learned thoroughly with the Cutter last time, which does not seem to be helping me here with this part of the pattern. Whoa. Seems like his pattern is actually slightly different from what I remember. Wow. Okay, let's get this under control. And then... there we go. Not too much of a hit point pool, actually, in this boss rush. It's not a full boss rush like the Colosseum would be, I think. Whoops. Let's make sure we have our ability intact. Okay. And he should go down quickly because of that. So... this isn't too bad, as long as we don't have to once again do some kind of no damage challenge. Defeat Silly Dillo in 130? Yeah, we can do that. He's honestly not too difficult. And the second Waddle Dee is basically just given to us for free. Okay, so Pipe Mouth, we'll take it. And just bust through all this. We'll take the bottom route. Top here, and we'll see... yeah, bottom route seemed to be preferred there, but... yeah, top would have just skipped this entirely, so... that was an accurate read of the situation. Well, it's the Beast Council. I'm guessing that maybe Woods and DDD are not part of it, but that Chloroline would be. Sleep would give me... actually, Sleep might be good here, because Sleep would give me the buff from... what's it? And you also get some of these abilities available afterwards, after I drop Sleep. So why don't we head up and... whoops. Let's just nuke him with Sleep. We're going to take a bit of a snooze here, heal up, and get a buff ability at the end of this. Oh, I'm going to lose access to Cutter, though. That's not a good idea. So, we have a timer on the attack buff, but unfortunately I lost access to Cutter, so we'll have to do something else here. Let's decide quickly. Space Ranger, because we haven't used it yet. And particularly because it's Chloroline, who's going to die to this quickly, I think. Yep. Nope. Nope. Yeah, Chloraline is countered pretty readily by Ranger, but we need to be careful, nevertheless. That was a bit sloppy. There might be an achievement for doing it cleaner, and Sound is dead yet again. We have to fix this. Maybe at the end of this level we'll just do a full reset. Because this is getting to be a huge issue for this whole stream so far. Just give me a moment. We'll try to mitigate it for the time being. Yeah, it's quite bad today. I think a restart is probably in order after we finish this stage. So yeah, as far as achievements go so far, we have 2 Waddle Dees and 1 hidden item left to go, so we'll check that after we've checked for something else up here. I mean, I guess we get to command a bit of this stage, which is not usually the case for a Chloraline fight. And let's see what we can do here. Yeah, nothing else here. Let's see where else we're going to take this then. Got the Storm Tornado blueprint. We'll hopefully see that soon enough. And we get the roller coaster, which, who knows, we may have some achievement associated with it, perhaps, but if we grab as many coins as we can, or perhaps even try to do this without damage, which we'll see if that's the case. I kind of suspect that there may be something like a no damage run through this, so perhaps we'll retry it. And, whoop. Quite a dodge here. And there's a Waddle Dee over there. I guess that's maybe what you get for saving everybody hidden. Okay, that's fine. Well, there's definitely something we missed at the end, and I bet it's something to do with the coaster. We did hit every switch, but perhaps there's a no damage run, so we can retry that before we exit the stage. Let me check one more thing, though, before we do that. I want to go up here in case it is just something that's at the end of the stage and easily accessible. So let's go back over it. Also, no, nothing on the left side. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be something coaster related. Would you like to retry the last section from just after the most recent boss fight? Yeah, let's do it. And sound has died once again, so yeah, we'll keep that in mind because we actually might just replay this level anyway, in fact, if we have no damage, since we will need to do a restart. Okay. But yeah, currently we're on no damage. We'll see if we can stay that way. Looks like hitting every switch is the requirement for the Waddle Dees. And we'll see what else we can react to here. And if there's nothing, then there's nothing, but I believe we managed to do a damage list, so we'll just take this and since we haven't revealed the last achievement, we will do that, and then we will just reset the stream. Also, there's a no entry here. Actually, let's just bust through this. This has got to be it. And then that is just going to be a snow globe. Okay, but that doesn't seem to reveal anything else. So maybe we should just complete the stage and then see what it tells me about the final objective, because I don't see anything available here, and yeah, let's just take it. And unfortunately, we won't hear the completion music here, but we will go back through this. Beat Claraline without getting hit. Yeah, we can do that, actually, because guarding against her is fairly simple. So we may have to take a few intentional deaths here if we do not manage to clear it, because we'll get up to that point and run down that achievement a few times. So solar panel and a bomb block. We have got 3 of those already, lots of duplicates. And yeah, it does say ×3 under some of these for the duplication if we're not getting something brand new. Oh, sound has actually popped back into existence for some reason. It's going to be too glitchy, though. I don't know if I'm going to trust that necessarily as holding out. Yeah, too many issues with sound. It is actually showing me a pretty glitchy signal right now, so instead of leaving it as is, we will pause here. I will be doing a full reset of my streaming setup. We will be back in probably about 5 to 10 minutes, and we will continue right where we left off, attempting the no-hit achievement on Claraline in this stage, the Gathering of the Beast Council. So, stay tuned. We will be right back.